In Argentina, there is plenty of places you can go visit, and I can assure you they are going to be beautiful. But if I had to choose one, I would choose Punta Tombo National Reserve. Personally, I think it's a wonderful place because they have the biggest Magellanic penguin colony in the entire world. Isn't that great? I think that is amazing. Also, you can spend your day next to those penguins as long as you keep your distance and you respect them. Because even though they are harmless, if they feel threatened, they will defend themselves and they have really sharp beaks, which must hurt. But leaving this on the side, right now in September, it's the time when the penguins start to arrive at the Patagonia coasts, and they usually stay up until mid-March. But I would recommend you to go see them around November because that is the time when their babies are born, and that must be cute. But now that I think of it, this year you should stay at home and take care of yourself and others. Next year, if you want, and you keep all of this that I'm telling you, you keep it in mind, maybe you can't go see them, and remember that you are inside of a special place that is devoted to the preservation of one of the most diverse fauna in the entire country. So I just think that we can all have fun while being respectful to the environment. Bye bye.
Bariloche is a beautiful place with plenty of history, so I am going to tell you some fun facts about this amazing city. The famous creator of Bambi went on holidays to Bariloche, and he said that the movie was inspired in the forest of that place. In Bariloche, satellites of invab are created. Bariloche is one of the few cities in Argentina without thunderstorms. As the legend says, in the deeps of the lake Nahuel lives a huge animal called Nahuelito. The name of the city appeared in the last Marvel movie. The Cerro Catedral is the most developed ski resort in South America. For decades, some areas of Villa Mascari has been occupied by the Mapuches. These aboriginal families sometimes talk with the tourists and tell the history of their village.
If you're looking for a place to get rest for a couple of days and also have some fun, I recommend you to go to Chubut to visit Bahía Bustamante because this is a very Pinterestic and peaceful town. And as not many people live there, it's perfect to disconnect, relax, and discover Patagonian nature. This place is dedicated to the collection of seaweed and mussels. Depending on the weather and the state of the tide, this place offers you plenty of activities that you can do. For example, if you want to interact with animals, you have to visit the nature reserve because there you can find penguins, sea lions, and 22 species of birds. Or maybe if you want to have an adventure, I recommend you to go hiking or visit the petrified forest, or, in my personal opinion, the best one, ride a horse across the beach. This is the one that I like the most because uh, it makes you feel like you're in a movie, for example, and it's so fun. Also, something more relaxing to do is reading a book, watching the sunset on the beach. So, for everything that I say, I think this place is great for vacation.
Things you can do if you ever go to San Martín de los Andes. First of all, we have go whitewater rafting along the Rio Chinehuin. If you are an adventurous person, this activity is the one for you. The best thing is that if you go in the summer, you could see the wildlife along this river. Next, we have tried out skiing on Cerro Chapelco. It has an excellent ski resort just 19 kilometers from the town. And if you are like me and doing sport is not your thing, you could spend the day inside this resort with plenty restaurants and coffee shops. Last but not least, visit the Parque Nacional Lanín. This national park possesses 20 lakes inside. You'll find mountains, rivers, and the extinct Lanín volcano.
Beside of all the touristic places we know San Martin de los Andes has, I think one of the best things about this place is how big it is and all the space it has to do any kind of activity you want, from walking, cycling to climbing. But I think the best things of all are the amazing views of rivers and mountains it has everywhere you go. I think it kinda distracts you and help you to forget any problem you're having, and you only enjoy the view and have a good time.
Some of the most important places in Puerto Marin are: the Eco Center proposes an experience for its visitors to interact with the sea. Punta Tombo, in where the famous Magellan penguins live there. The main objective of the place is to protect one of the most important colonies of seabirds in Argentina and the largest continental colony of the Magellanic penguin. Punta Loma, it is a natural reserve that protects the 4 sea lions on the coast of the Golfo Nuevo. From a viewpoint, you can enjoy beautiful views of the sea, the colony of the sea lions, and many species of coastal birds. The Science Museum, the objective is to preserve and spread the wealth of the marine ecosystem of Puerto Marin. It is organized in different rooms that allow a journey through the story of the Chubut city, with a special attention devoted to Welsh immigration and the ecological diversity of the province. And the peninsula of Valdez, in which sea lions and a great variety of birds live there. The only town in the peninsula is Puerto Piramides. It is so named because it is located in a bay surrounded by pyramid-shaped cliffs. The boats that carry out whale watching depart from here.
In Argentina, there are many places very beautiful, with epic views and landscapes. Today, I choose Ushuaia. Ushuaia is a city of Tierra del Fuego, located in the extreme south of our country. Because of this, it has the nickname of the city of the end of the world. In Ushuaia, the weather conditions are very rough. The temperature is always between -1 degree Celsius to 13 degrees Celsius. In this city there are many tourist activities and spots. For example, you can go to the Castor Hill to take around, play with snow, do some extreme sport like snow or ski, go on trekking, and if you are cold, you can drink chocolate in the coffee shop on the middle of the hill with an amazing view. Secondly, the Siberians of Fire. You can go to see how the dogs drag a sled. The Siberian Husky is a breed of dog very similar to a wolf, and these dogs are able to support the very rough weather conditions. They can run through on the snow. This type of dogs run the race of sleighs.
Ushuaia is one of Argentina's top destinations, and for good reasons. This beautiful city is popular for its spectacular marine wildlife and for its acclaim as the city at the end of the world. These are some interesting facts what makes the city of Ushuaia unique. Ushuaia is a city with really beautiful landscapes, penguins, sea lions, a history prison, and the famous lighthouse. It also has a lot of important rivers and lagoons such as Arroyo Grande, Rio Olivia, and finally Laguna del Diablo, where ice skating is practiced in winter. Then the glacier El Martial is one of the most important sources of drinking water in the city. The visit to El Martial is an excursion for the whole family. The place can only be accessed by walking since the chairlift that worked until a few years ago doesn't work anymore. There you can ride a zip line and then enjoy some of the tea houses located in the forest. Some other places to visit in Ushuaia are the end of the world train that in my opinion is one of the best since it travels more than 7 kilometers during an hour, and one of the stations the train stops is La Macarena, where the tourists can get off to contemplate the waterfall.
The Perito Moreno Glacier is a heavy mass of ice located in the Lago Argentino department of the Santa Cruz province, in southwestern Argentina. It contains one of the largest reserves of drinking water in the world. Every 3 or 4 years, the visitors can see the gradual breaking of the ice blocks. Millions of tourists from different parts of the world come to see it. You can get to know this glacier on foot, trekking over the glaciers, or tour the Lago Argentino in a boat. It is one of the few glaciers in the world that does not suffer the effects of climate change. On the contrary, it is in a state of balance. His name honors Francisco Moreno, director of the Museum of the Sociedad Científica Argentina. He was an enthusiastic explorer of the southern part of Argentina. In 1991, the Perito Moreno Glacier was declared a Natural Heritage of Humanity by UNESCO.